So, I'm your host, Frank Lee, and the camera's out of whack, and visiting with Luis.
Hola, amigos.
How long have you been living in San Cristobal?
Well, on and off many years. The first time I came here, I was 17 years old. I was coming from Monterrey, where I quit to study medical school. I studied almost 6 years medical school, but I quit and I came here, and I was surprised to see such a beautiful, magical town. You know, green mountains with enchanted forests. Colonial town with Mayan people, you know.
Yeah.
Amazing, it's magic, this place.
Yeah, it is. So you have, you're in the real estate business now. You've been other things. You've traveled to the U.S. So on this latest segment of your trip, how long have you been living here?
Well, I spent last time 7 years in Oregon, working for Oregon State Government and also for Willamette University. We're doing trainings on language and culture, also for many corporations like Nike and Dell and many school districts. After that, I went to Japan, spent 1 year in Osaka, working for the city of Osaka and also for the Cultural Institute of Japan. But I decided to come back to Mexico, specifically San Cristobal de las Casas, because this is my town. Many Mexicans, they say, Luis, why you have the American dream? I was not traveling in the United States. I was working many years. I'm talking about almost 10 years. And I decided to quit to the American dream to be in this town. And for Mexicans, I said, why? It's because I really feel very good.
What year was that? What was there?
In 2003, I arrived here from Japan.
So 20 years, 21 years.
Non-stop.
Okay.
Of course, I go every year. I go to Europe, to Central America, South America.
And would you say that there's more foreigners moving here now?
Well, always, you know, since the first time I arrived here, I met many people. I was surprised. And one day I met people from United States, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, etc. I was feeling like I am living in planet Earth. I don't want to become a self-centered Mexican, you know, that we are the number one. This is for me. You know, if I'm going to be like that, I prefer don't exist. Because we are one, we have to learn how to be together. And you know, I don't want to be self-centered. That's my invitation for everybody. We are one, nobody is better or worse. We are the same. And we need to be together, you know?
I find that I've talked to a lot of people over the years. You know, I've been in Baja and I've been here and I've traveled around a bit. And so I meet digital nomads, I meet retirees and people who just left their country because of various reasons, right? And more I find that people are lonely or they don't have a sense of community. They don't know how to do that. So what I'm hoping to do is talk to people like yourself, and there's several of them in town who have built really good communities. You seem to know everybody, know where everything is, you know your way around, but you're also tied in with expats. You're tied in with the foreigners because
always.
You have rental properties and you've always...
I had five restaurants.
Yeah.
When I quit medical school, I opened my first restaurant. It was called La Flauta Mágica in downtown. Over there, when I started building my restaurant, suddenly I had a guy from England, from Liverpool, Michael Bader. He was helping me. He's a professor in Liverpool. Also, a friend from Quebec, a Quebecois, Francois Elms, a worldwide traveler, and they started helping me, you know, as brothers, you know. They came, hey, we will help you. Then a couple from Dinamarca, Danish couple came to also helping me, you know. So when I opened my restaurant, I was afraid to open it, and I was crowded. It was full from people from all over the world supporting me, helping me. I mean, a big part why I'm in San Cristobal is because I have met very wonderful people through all these years. They're helping me. They were with me. I mean, I feel really I'm in planet Earth. I'm not just in Mexico. I am from people from United States, from Europe, from Japan, from China, etc.
Well, there's really good energy here. I mean, there's a good natural vibe.
Yeah.
I don't know why it is. Maybe that's why the Mayan people settled here. I don't know. But there's something magical about this place, and I find everyone I talk to feels the same way. They move and they come back.
That happened. That happened all the time. Since I arrived here, people from all over say, Luis, this is a place, they call it Los Encuentros, because it's a place to meet people from many places, Everything, the energy is excellent for to do that, The only thing I realized many people, they come. I had a language school, 5 restaurants. I have 15 rentals, vice for rent, and many tours. I had 12 Airbnb experiences, and always I met people and say, Luis, I would love to live here, but many they are very brave and they try it. The problem has been always the same: how to survive in San Cristobal de las Casas, because we have a lot of competition, a lot of restaurants, a lot of cafes, a lot of many things. And I know it's not easy. I have seen many wonderful people, very smart, from Italy, from United States, from Germany, from Switzerland, from Japan, from everywhere. They come, they have a wonderful idea, a wonderful concept, and they did it. And later they fail. And many times I say, why they did it? And I say, it's because they don't know really how to move in this town. Even though I've been here for many years, I said, the only way to create something is by a team. It's no any way I am Superman. I'm going just to do it myself. We have to have many talents with many skills. We need to have only that, many talents, but with similar values, a group of people. Because it's impossible to do it, it's hard to do it one person, because it requires a lot of publicity, a lot of advertisement, a lot of many things. But if we are a team, each person will bring people, each person will have a new idea, a new skill, etc.
So I have an idea, and I want to bounce it off you, see what you think about it, and if you think it would move us in the direction of creating more community, finding people to work with, finding people to help, testing your ideas verbally before you sink a bunch of money in. And that is, just like this podcast is Liberation Lounge, I want to create, or I envision, a real life, physical Liberation Lounge, where when people go to town, and people always will come to town, whether they live on the outskirts or not, or in town, but it's, you don't want to just wander around aimlessly. You do that at first. Of course, you want to get to know the place and say hello. But if there was a place that was like a hub for expats, for travelers, for people of this nature, foreigners, if you will, and they could come in and have a cup of coffee or have a beer and meet other people. Oh, where are you from? That's always a good way to start. Hey, where are you from? Oh, you speak my language, thank goodness. And where are you learning language? Or what programs are you using? What do you do for work? Are you retired? Where they can find people who share their values, share their interests, and then have little factions within that. There might be 10 people in there who all have the same concept. Let's start an organic farm, and let's do this, that, and the other. And the other people may say, I don't want anything to do with that. I just want to, I want to just do travel blogs or whatever. Or I want to work remote. I work remote from the US or from Canada or from Austria. I don't want to do any of that. I'm not for that. But they can still have a sense of community. And we can use it for, for fun things as well. Not just a coffee shop. It's not necessarily, it's really a hub that's always open, and it's a community center.
Yeah.
It's a cultural center for transplants.
Yeah.
Okay. And a springboard. So
Yeah.
even if a guy is successful, like you're already successful, you're settled, but you might go there because you really genuinely like helping these people find their way, and so you might find it fun to be there and practice.
You know, in 1993, before the Zapatista uprising, I had a restaurant called El Zorro, and I had a cultural flea market. And in El Cerrillo, Plaza El Cerrillo, I had a cultural flea market. I built with Tomas all the stands, Chamula stand, Sinacantan stand, all the beautiful Mayan villages, they sell their goods there. And I invite all my friends, musicians, and they were paying for free, 1-2 hours, one group, then another. I had a clown making laugh the kids and the street kids, everybody, all the kids. And an artist teaching art to all the kids in the streets, And everybody, I had a lot of donations. And everything I did it, and I had an outdoor cafe in the Plaza El Cerrillo, and I had El Zorro 20 meters away with live music at night. So I had all the people having fun, selling their goods, and then at night, all my friends will come. I had live music, everything, very full all the time. Then at 10, 11, I closed the restaurant, and I had a team. For example, a team from Italy they're going to be talking about Italy, and then they will be cooking Italian food and drinks and desserts for everybody. Yeah. Next day will be from Germany, from Switzerland, from Spain, from Colombia, from Argentina. And I remember many times I got to sleep, and I had like 20 people sleeping in my restaurant inside. And then in the morning, I'm going shopping, and I remember many people from Holland, from Sweden, they come shopping with me. I had, 10 people, 10 blondies shopping with me. I said, oh my God, that would be the dream for many Mexicans. But that was, yes, pure friendship. Yeah. Only friendship, For me, friendship is maybe it's the most important connection with people, because it's nothing.
Well, connection with people.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what it comes down to. And the more that you travel, the more you find that. Yeah. So I think you were ahead of your time. Yeah. I think we need something like that now.
So it was like that, and came the Zapatista rebellion. I had to close everything, and I had to start again from zero in Cozumel. I had my last restaurant called La Casa Nostra, and I had a health food store, Natura Nostra. But I was there 2 years, very nice, but I love the Caribbean, but after 1 year and a half, I was bored, thinking,
so yes. La Casa Nostra was an Italian restaurant.
Italian restaurant. And I did it because of the connections here.
Yeah.
They say, Luis, they came from Spain. All my friends, Luis, we know right now you have the Zapatista rebellion, you lost probably everything. All your friends got together here in Valencia, and they said, you are welcome to have here. We are going to open your restaurant in Valencia. And then they are coming from the Caribbean. Luis, we are going to open your restaurant in the Caribbean with all the Italian connections. I had all the concessions from all the Italian companies. Monini, Oil, Di Cecco, Pastas. At that time was Ponte, etc., etc. But thank you for San Cristobal. Thanks to San Cristobal. San Cristobal is the center to meet. And we need, yes, some help to really, this community is going to be blooming. Not like San Miguel de Allende. That is a...
I don't want it to be another San Miguel.
San Miguel is an American bubble with Mexican decoration.
Yeah. That's not what I want.
This is authentic Mexican, international Mayan culture.
And I believe if there was a cultural center like this, Liberation Lounge, and people came and they saw the willingness of the people to work, and they saw how vibrant this community was, I think new jobs would be created,
Of course.
so that other people can move here and just hit the ground, and they have a landing place. They come into the, where should I go? Go to the Liberation Lounge. There's always somebody there who can help you. And that's how you do it. And you start new businesses, you hire these people, and there's people can come in and teach classes. There's people who can come in and prepare meals from their country. I really think it would be an amazing cultural exchange. An exchange of ideas, and a place for people to meet other entrepreneurs and say, I was thinking about doing this, but I want to test the water. Ask everybody here, would they patronize it? Would they support it? And if so, you got a winner. And you may even have other investors there who are looking for something to do, but they don't want to take on all that weight by themselves. So maybe you make contacts, make connections. That's what I want to build.
Yeah.
That's what I want to build.
Me too, because...
And then for you, obviously, those people who come there, many of them may say, I want my own community within this community, and I want shared living. Okay, well, we have a real estate guy right here. He can help you find a house. You four want to live together? There you go. And now you've got that community, and you have this community as well.
I think right now we have some people, and we need just few more people to come and say, I would like to develop something with you guys. I want to travel, but also I want to be part of this community, because this community has everything, alternative medicine, alternative healing, massages, all kind of trainings, courses, yoga, homeopathy, everything, It's a good center, and it's a small place because you can walk everywhere. Plus, if you love hiking, this is a wonderful place for hiking. Plus, if you like the nature, the surroundings, the enchanted forest, rivers, magical, it's 10 times even better.
And the weather is amazing. It's essentially 70 degrees year-round.
Wonderful.
We get a little bit of rain. Now, I haven't lived downtown in the Centro during rainy season. I think they get a little bit more rain than I got out in the country up on the mountaintop. But still, it's not unpleasant, and it's not like pouring 24 hours a day. It rains for a couple hours, and then 2 hours later, you can't even tell it rained.
And it's why it's so green, green mountains, blue skies. Also, you like the skies? The skies are amazing.
Yes,
you can take
sunsets.
pictures, you can do paintings. It's why we have so many artists living here, because the colorful skies, the green mountains, the forest is just magical, enchanted.
I think also there's a lot of expats coming in who want to do volunteer work. This hub could be a place where locals come and they say, hey, we're looking for some help. I think that people would absolutely mobilize and help the locals and make that union a bit stronger as well. And that's important. You can't move here and stay in your own box, in your own bubble, which I think is what happened in San Miguel de Allende. That's one thing I don't like about it. It's like they have their own shops, they have their own markets, they have their own restaurants, they talk amongst themselves. Nobody ventures out and mixes with the community.
Well, San Miguel de Allende is a retired people. Most of them are retirees, and most of them, they have a lot wealthy people, retired, so they don't want to deal with learning anything, They have their own ways. They want to eat the same peanut butter, the same brand, everything has to be the same. Of course, it's very I understand that. They already work so hard. Congratulations, you are welcome to visit also.
Right.
Have some exposure to the real Mexican culture,
Yes.
San Cristobal de las Casas.
Yeah. I think that I hope that what happened there doesn't happen here. And I don't think it will. I think people come here, there's a totally different energy here. And there is, obviously there's places to build and grow and on the outskirts. But I think there's something special about the center, and not only do you not need a car, the car's not even advisable. The roads are so narrow. There's always it's faster to commute on a bicycle, and it's almost faster on foot.
Yeah.
Than using a car.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, well, one thing that we need here in San Cristobal, like in San Cristobal or Ajijic, Jalisco, you know, retired guys, over there, they are very well organized.
Yeah.
And it's something that we're missing here.
Well,
Because
if there was a large cultural center where everyone can go and hang out and share ideas, they could get organized. The natural leaders would organically move to the top, and people would ask them, what can I do? I don't want to lead, but what can you? I'll help. You know, I'll volunteer. I'll help. I'll do this. I'll do that. Now, if we had a place like that, I think finding jobs would be easy. You could contact U.S. companies and say, listen, we got a whole room full of very smart Americans. They're computer savvy. They're literate. They have this background, that background, engineering, medical, you name it.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone is here. And you give me the job order, we'll fill it. So we could do remote work.
Yeah.
And we could do manufacturing work. We can export things. I mean, you talked about natural wellness. There are plants that only grow in this area between here and Guatemala that have amazing, and they're natural, and they're healthy. And so...
Yeah, we did a project for 3 years with the Cultural Institute of Japan to rescue the Mayan and Soke medicine. And I have the books. Yeah. And we can do many things about that, you know. It's there.
Yeah. We can.
Also, we have amber. The state stone in Chiapas is amber. We have a lot of amber mines, you know. Yeah. We can create many things, and the textiles, the fabrics are amazing, you know, because Chiapas used to be part of Guatemala until 1823. So all the amazing textiles that you see in Guatemala, we have them also here.
You got amber, you got coffee, you got medicine, natural medicine, okay? You have crafts that the Mayan people do. There's so many things that we could export to the world. And I mean, I just think that that really, as you say, it's just a matter of getting organized, finding people to work with, because many of these things are just too overwhelming to do by yourself. Plus, we want the nice, easy lifestyle. We come here to get away from the hustle and bustle. Yeah. I don't want to work 60 hours a week.
No way.
You're the only one that I know who does that.
No, I don't really. Everybody thinks I work a lot. But you know, it's not true, because everything is automatic. You know, I used to have a language school online teaching Spanish, English, Italian, German, Portuguese. You know, it's Spanish with Skype.com. I had also English with Skype. And I had many teachers from many countries helping me, you know. I have not really teach for many years. Mm-hmm. I've been just hiking in the mountains, having fun with my friends. Yeah. And I need a project. I need more projects.
Okay.
I had an amber jewelry.
I can help you with that. I can give you lots of projects.
I had an amber jewelry I had like 3 websites.
Well, I mean, really, I don't know if you want to make money at this, but you could, at this point in your life, become a business consultant. For someone who's looking for an investment here, you've been involved in all of these local things. You could say, well, I can introduce you to the guy from the mine, and if you want to strike a deal and export, cool.
Because one thing I thought, if we had a team of people, we will start selling all the goods from here, because here you can find many beautiful things like amber, like jade, because jade is the sacred Mayan stone. Jade used to be more expensive than gold in the past. Wow. So we can create that and sell it. We can sell it by Mercado Libre, by Amazon. Somebody working in websites, somebody working in searching engine optimization, somebody working public relations, somebody doing everything.
And there is, I mean, San Cristobal is definitely behind the times when it comes to getting set up with AI, getting set up with a website, getting set up with Google Maps. And there's people who, I mean, they know this stuff like the back of their hand. And they can do that as a service industry for local businesses. And that builds goodwill and it builds more business,
I mean, if we have this team, we can empower Mayan people. We can empower poor ladies and Mayan sons.
Absolutely.
Why I am talking about ladies? Because in Chiapas, ladies are behind.
Well, and they're treated as second-class citizens.
It's a vulnerable population. They need help.
There are many men in the Mexican culture who do not want to work or take orders or take direction from a woman. And
machismo is all over the world.
Well,
in some places, it's very obvious. In some places, it's more sophisticated machismo, But we are still very patriarchal, worldwide people, Still machismo. But we need to learn.
The state of Chiapas will have a job title, right? And they'll hire a man for that job, and they'll hire a woman for that job. That woman will always make less than that man. Doesn't matter if she does 3 times the work, she will make less because she's a woman. Now, we hear people in the U.S. talking that's a real thing. It's not a real thing in the U.S. in that regard. But it happens here. It happens here. Today, it still happens.
I mean, one more reason to join us here is to create a supporting group to empower Mayan ladies and poor ladies.
And we can even give, Mexican women work for the United States. It's essentially labor arbitrage. They're willing to pay $15 an hour there. The most they can make here, many of them, $2 or $3 an hour. And that's working 50 hours a week and no overtime. Now, if we can get them a job working for the U.S. or Canada for $7 an hour, their lifestyle jumps up. They can spend more time with their family, more time with their kids, more time with their husband, and make more money.
Yeah, something that I learned with the Cultural Institute of Japan, in fact, was my idea. We went to Santo Domingo, we checked the textile, the t-shirts, for example. They were like this, a little bit like this. Like this, a little bit like this. For them, it's okay. But for Western mentality, everything has to be perfect, it.
Yes.
And we help them to develop everything more symmetric, not too a lot of embroidery, a little bit, yes, a little bit, not too shiny colors, just a little fuchsia, pink, you know those colors. So we Westernize their mentality to commercial purposes, to survival purposes, So we can continue doing that. I mean, we can do a website for textiles for supporting ladies, Of course. So one for that, another for artisans, amber jewelry, sculptures, etc., etc. We can be doing that, and here is a wonderful place to develop that because we have the material and the skill. We have very talented people here.
And you've got amazing artists here, and you have amazing jewelers. They're so creative.
Yeah, I used to have an amber jewelry for 2 years in the pedestrian street. It was called La Estrella. I don't know if you remember La Estrella. So over there, I helped with designing, and I gave job to many artisans. I developed also a website called Sacred Jewelry, with all the most sacred symbols from all over the world, from the Tibet, from the Greeks, from the Celtic, from the Aztecs, Incas. We developed that, and we can do it again.
So let me ask you, because you know the real estate market, what types of places are available. Do you think a space like this that has a good location very large size, maybe some outside sitting as well. Maybe part of it is already developed, they already use it for a restaurant or something of this nature. What do you think it would cost to start up a cultural center like I'm talking about, Liberation Lounge?
Well, around, depends exactly where, but about 20,000 pesos a month rent.
Okay.
At least 20,000.
But the startup costs, what do you think the startup costs would be? Because I think you could generate that. I think if we had a place, we could easily maintain itself very well.
Well, I'm talking about
The startup.
at least 20,000 plus the deposit, 20,000, 40,000 to
Oh,
start.
you're saying 20,000 just for the property?
Yes, for rent, for rent. I know a place right now.
20,000 pesos.
I know a place very good right now. It costs 30,000. It has garden and everything.
Okay.
It's right in Duguelay and 21 de Marzo.
That's
No, Duguelay.
so that's like 1,700 US dollars.
Yeah, let's say like.
So let's say
say 2,000.
3,000 including deposits. Then you got to turn on your utilities. Then you've got to get your fixtures, coffee machines, and refrigeration, freezer,
4,000,
stove, oven,
4,000.
things of this nature, tables, chairs. Now some of that may be included, but if that's the case, certainly you could. So my thinking is, put this out on. What's the word I'm trying to think of? GiveSendGo. Okay, it's a what do you call it? Where people contribute. What am I trying to say?
Cooperative.
Eh?
Cooperativa?
No, crowdfunding. So crowdfunding. So you set up a crowdfunding site, and what you do is you tell people the idea, just like we've done here, and you see if anyone can donate. The more donations we get, the quicker we get the startup capital. As soon as we get the startup capital, start it, and now everybody benefits.
A foundation.
Yeah.
A foundation with many partners.
Sure. And everybody who contributes becomes a part. I mean, I hate this word, stakeholder, but this is an actual stakeholder.
Yeah.
They have a stake in the success of this business. They want to support it. They want to see it. They want it to happen. So, okay, fine. Yeah, I'll give $100. I'll give $200. I'll give $500. And then they get recognized by the community, by the establishment, and the sooner everybody is on board, the sooner it happens, and then everyone benefits from it.
Yeah.
Even other communities outside of San Cristobal can mimic it. They can copy the concept and say, well, that works so well. Why don't we do this here?
Yeah, you know what you are talking about, Fran, is very important, because when I talk to Mexican business people, they have problems talking about finances, about money, administration. And for me, if a business has no administration, you don't talk about finances, you are just gone. You are going to be in troubles. For me, it's very important to say how are we going to make it with numbers. If we don't talk about that, we are talking about anything,
Right.
So it has to be talked in what way we're going to support.
And realistically, I mean, this doesn't happen in a day, and it doesn't happen with energy. It happens with money. It takes money, and it takes people who are willing to put in the time. I'm willing to put in time. I'm willing to work on this project, and I think other people are as well.
I think everybody can do it. I remember the first time I came here, I was very young, like 23. Well, the first time I was 17, then I went to study medical school. I quit, and I started here my first restaurant. I bought the wood in the market. I carry this by this from the market to downtown, and I built it. I had no even tools.
Yeah.
When somebody wants it, it's possible. You have the will.
That's right.
I mean, when right now, I have seen many people with a lot of skills, more money than Luis at that time, but they know all the theory, they have a lot of knowledge, they have money, they have everything,
Yeah.
but they only talk. And I don't want that. I want to do it.
Yeah.
I want people who like to do things, not people who like talking is good to make agreements, to make plans, projects, and developing. It's a section only. This section is
But
about
without
talking.
action, it's just a waste of time.
Yeah.
It's just yap.
Good intention, the best intention can be finished with one small movement.
Okay, I'm gonna set up a GiveSendGo page, and I'm gonna spread it out to this local community, and they can spread it out to the world community, because this isn't something that can just help us. If this is successful, this becomes the model.
Yeah.
And it can be replicated. And say people in Cancun, they say, well, yeah, we'll contribute. And then when they want to build one, we'll contribute, because now we'll have businesses, we'll have income, and we'll have some successes under our belt. And maybe people want to go and exchange. Some people want to go there, and then some people want to come here. I think it's an amazing concept, and I want to get it done. So I will create the GiveSendGo page, and you help me find a place.
Yes.
I generated with AI a couple of images of the place that I want
You're very good.
to see.
Yeah.
So
right. I'm very surprised of your skills, Fran. I am with you, and me and Tomas is there, and there are more people, but I want them. I'm sure they will join us, same as you.
Yeah. Once you start, once they see that there's momentum, once they see that there's people who are working and they're serious, more people will join. And then it's a snowballing effect. Like, I want to be involved too. I was talking to, Venus? You know Venus. They have I've forgotten the name of his place. But anyway, he's got a house and they do meals there. And it's like shared living. Anyway, I was speaking to him today. He thinks it's a great idea also. And he's like, I want to be involved. And that's what we want. We want the idea to be so good that when people hear it, they're like, what can I do? What can I do to make this happen sooner?
Yeah.
And I think we got to build that momentum, build the traction, but it's going to take money. So if we can't get the money locally, we have to reach out farther.
Yeah, I think San Cristobal de las Casas has been a loved town. Many people, when I was in Oregon, when I was in France, in Spain, everybody loves San Cristobal.
Yeah.
Whoever has been here, they have a very wonderful memories of their time here, And many people, they say, I would have really loved to live there, but I didn't know how. And that happened to many, many wonderful people. And this is the time where we can give a chance to many wonderful people to be here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Luis, thank you for your time.
Anytime, amigo.
And your advice and your experience and your friendship. I appreciate it.
Anytime, Fran. It's a
All
pleasure.
Right. So next time we will have further developments. I'll have this page set up and I'll do some more